Imagine a murder so mysterious that it baffled investigators for months, until the victim herself allegedly came back from beyond the grave to solve it. This is the chilling case of Teresita Basa, a respiratory therapist whose brutal murder took an unimaginable turn when her spirit seemingly exposed her killer. In 1977, Teresita Basa was a 47-year-old woman living a quiet life in Chicago, Illinois. Born in the Philippines, Teresita immigrated to the United States to pursue a better future. She worked as a respiratory therapist at Edgewater Hospital and was beloved by her colleagues for her kind and humble demeanor. Outside of work, she was a simple woman who kept to herself. She spent her free time studying music and occasionally helping others when she could. Her life was ordinary until one cold February evening when everything changed. On February 21st, 1977, Chicago firefighters were called to an apartment fire on the 15th floor of a high-rise building at 2740 North Pine Grove Avenue. As they extinguished the flames, they made a horrifying discovery. Underneath a smoldering mattress lay the body of Teresita Basa. She was naked, with a butcher knife buried in her chest. To investigators, it initially appeared that her killer had set the fire to cover up the crime. But as the autopsy revealed, there was no evidence of sexual assault, adding another layer of mystery to her murder. The apartment showed no signs of forced entry, suggesting that Teresita likely knew her killer and had willingly let them in. But who could have wanted to harm her? With no immediate suspects or leads, the case quickly went cold. Months passed, and detectives were no closer to finding Teresita's killer. That is until they received a bizarre tip from a fellow hospital worker named Remy Chua, who claimed to have information about the case. But the source of her information was unlike anything investigators had ever heard. According to Remy, she began experiencing strange visions and dreams shortly after Teresita's death. In these episodes, Teresita's ghost allegedly appeared to her, begging for help and naming her killer. At first, Remy dismissed the visions as stress or an overactive imagination, but they became more vivid and insistent. One day, while in a trance-like state, Remy reportedly spoke in a voice that wasn't her own. She introduced herself as Teresita Basa and revealed shocking details. A man named Alan Showery had killed her and stolen her jewelry. Detectives were understandably skeptical. Relying on supernatural claims wasn't standard procedure. However, the details provided by Remy were specific and verifiable. She claimed that Alan Showery, a co-worker of Teresita's, had come to her apartment under the pretense of fixing her television. Once inside, he attacked her, killed her, and set the fire to cover his tracks. He then stole her jewelry and gave it to his girlfriend as a gift. Detectives decided to investigate Alan Showery. When they questioned him, he initially denied any involvement. But when they searched his apartment, they discovered jewelry that matched the description provided by Remy. Even more damning, Teresita's relatives were able to positively identify the jewelry as hers. Confronted with the evidence, Alan Showery confessed. He admitted to the murder, claiming he killed Teresita in a spur-of-the-moment attempt to rob her. He was arrested and charged with her murder. Showery's trial was a media sensation, not only because of the brutal nature of the crime, but also because of the unusual way it had been solved. The idea that Teresita's ghost had helped crack the case captured the public's imagination and divided opinions. In 1979, Alan Showery pleaded guilty to murder in exchange for a reduced sentence. He was sentenced to 14 years in prison, but served only a fraction of that time before being released on parole. To this day, the case of Teresita Basa remains one of the most bizarre in criminal history. Skeptics argue that the supernatural elements of the case were exaggerated or fabricated. They suggest that Remy Chua might have known or suspected Alan Showery's involvement and used the ghost story to lend credibility to her claims. Others believe the story at face value, pointing to the incredible coincidence of Remy's visions aligning with real evidence. Could Teresita Basa truly have reached out from beyond the grave to bring her killer to justice? Or was this a case of intuition dressed up as paranormal activity? The murder of Teresita Basa is more than just a ghost story. It's a tragic reminder of a life cut short and a testament to the lengths people will go to seek justice. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, one thing is undeniable. Her case remains a haunting tale that blurs the line between reality and the unexplained. As we reflect on Teresita's story, we're left with one burning question. Was it truly her spirit that solved the case, or was it something more mundane yet equally extraordinary? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that will keep you up at night.